Hi there, it's Tracy here from the Papercraft Studio. Thank you for joining me today. So I'm going to show you how I made this Oceanfront layering birthday card. I've seen so many of these cards, it's so gorgeous. And I've combined a couple of stamp sets, but it's mainly using Oceanfront here. Sorry, I'm just going to move my light slightly there. So this has the background stamps here, so it makes it really easy to create a card with just those layers really. We've got some other reeds and bits, and then on the horizon I've used the little birds here. Also what I've used is the third largest stitched rectangle to stamp onto the background. So I'll show you the rest of the supplies you need to make this. So you need a piece of thick basic white cardstock that measures 11.5 by 4.5 inches, scored in half. You need some basic white cardstock to cut out. You can see there I've cut out this stitched rectangle, and that measures about, just so you know the right one, it's just over 3 and just over 4.25, so that's the rectangle you're looking for. You need 2 pieces of early espresso cardstock. This one measures 5 1/8 by 1 5/8, and this one measures 4.5 inches by 3 1/8. Now I've used as well some of the papers from the In Good Taste designer series paper pack. So I've used this one here, the wood effect, and one of the darker ones, possibly this one for the fence I think, and this one for the grasses. And I got that inspiration from one of my fellow demos in America, and I can't remember her name, so I'm really sorry there, but normally I would give a little shout to whoever kind of put those on. So this piece here, which is the background here, measures, you just check, 5 inches by 1.5. Then the little fence here, let me show you these dies actually. So these are the horizon dies. So you get mountain scenes, you get some landscape, but I've used this fence panel here, these grasses, and then this little circle here for the sentiment. So you can buy that with the stamp set in a bundle for and save yourself 10%, or you can buy them individually. Okay, so like I said, I also cut this fence out of the designer series paper, and then where have my grasses gone? Disappeared. And then these are the grasses as well. And then the the circle I showed you, I cut one in basic white and one in early espresso. And then I've also used these gorgeous pebbles enamel shapes. They've been out of stock for a long time. I think they're back in stock. If they're not now, they're due in next week. So yeah, I'll be stocking up on these again. And I will be featuring them. Actually, I'm going to do a special class in April. I had to put it back. It was meant to be in March, but I've had to put it back to April. And I'll be including these provided they're back in stock. So keep an eye out for that. If you like my projects, I'd really appreciate it if you could click the subscribe button below. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really means a lot to me, and it really helps my my YouTube channel. So that would be fab. Okay, let me show you how I put this card together. So I've like I said, I've gone ahead and cut this layer, and when you're stamping this, you can just stamp straight onto, you know, some grid or something, but I found it quite good to stamp on something that's got a little bit of give. That's sometimes the way with photopolymer stamps. So let's move that off there. I'm going to start with the sky here. Doesn't really matter which way round, but you're looking for this stamp here. This is the sky, this is the sea, this is the sand. Okay, so let's start with this one in balmy blue. And it's so good because you can create really gorgeous scenes without too much effort. So let's just get some ink on here. They're quite big stamps. So I'm just going to come down a little way from the top and stamp with the straight line along the bottom there. Okay, so you've got that kind of more straight line anyway. So I'm going to move my balmy blue. Then I'm going to stamp the C in Pool Party, and I'm going to line up this straight edge here with that straight edge, and I'll probably overlap it a little bit actually. Doesn't matter if you've got a gap there, but I'm probably just going to overlap. Let's get that inked up. I'm trying not to get my head in. About there. Okay, so you can see it's got that kind of watercolor effect already kind of built into the stamps, so you're going to look like an artist without even being one. It's amazing. Okay, with the sand, I've used Sahara sand, and with this stamp, I don't know if it's easy to see on there or not. Yeah, there we go. You can see there's kind of a straight line there, and then it's a bit wobbly. What I've done is I've followed that kind of straight line just at an angle down. You could, yeah, no, I think that's the way to go. So, and what I did, I got my Sahara sand ink. I've inked it up, stamped off once lightly, and then come on to the cardstock and stamped on there. I didn't want it to be the full-on colour, so I've just stamped off that first bit of ink. Right, where are we up to? So the reeds I've stamped in soft suede just to get a bit of contrast, and I've got them coming up slightly into the sea, so I'm just going to put them about there. Love these. Look how simple that is. You could just stick that straight on a card and away you go. Brilliant. And this one I'm just going to put right next door. So yeah, how fab would that look? Just on a card. You could use different colour backgrounds, and you're good to go. Right, so let's go ahead and layer up. That's most of the stamping. Oh, birds. Where have I put those? So I'm going to bring back my soft suede. Like I say, these are from a different stamp set. They're from On the Horizon. So make sure with your birds you get them the right way up. So you want the little smaller end here on this side, and when you're inking it, do it really gently, because what you don't want to get is a big line all around here. And then just pop your birds on there. So many of my friends love the sea. I quite like it in the winter or autumn or spring. I'm not a big summer fan, so, but for them this would be their, you know, idyllic place. Okay, so let's go ahead and start layering up some of the card. This will, if you prefer, sit straight on the card like that, but I like to offset my bits and pieces on cards, so that's what I'm going to do. This one will just layer onto there, so I'm going to go ahead and do that with some liquid glue, Tombow glue. And these papers have been in the catalogue for 2 years running, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last chance to get them. But you do get 24 sheets, so 2 each of 12 designs. It's normally 2 each of 6 designs, so they're really good value. I might put my little knot up the top so it shows a bit maybe. So small border all the way around. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick this onto the card, and it just has an even border around those 3 sides. The original card I saw of my of the demo that I got, I can't remember her name, she did a really beautiful card, but it had designer series paper across most of the card in the background. But because I was doing this for a class, I needed to be a bit more thrifty with my cardstock to make it sort of share it round. So but I quite liked how this came out. Okay, that one's down, and then you can go ahead and attach these 2. So have a look to see how you'd like it on the card. I tend to offset this one and then put this one straighter. Okay, so that's how I'm going to do it. So I'm just going to leave that one there so I know where I want it, and then just put some glue on the back of this one Did I put glue? Yeah, I did. I'm not going to go all the way to the edges because they're not all stuck on there. Okay, just make sure that's all within the card, and then I'm going to add a little bit more. There we go. Stick that onto that piece there. So I know then when I come back to do that, that's how I want to set it. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach, you can attach this now, or you can attach the fence and the grasses just to see how you want them to go. And also I've offset the, let's show you on here, offset the fence slightly going off the edge here. And also brought it down a little bit because I wanted to see a bit more of the reeds. So it might be actually that you want to trim across those pieces anyway. So I didn't put glue on this end, and I only put it 3/4 of the way down on most of these because I just wanted to see a few more of those reeds. And then once that's in place, we can stick that one down. So I'm going to avoid that first one, and then just put some dots of glue about 2/3 of the way down these smaller ones. It will actually, you can actually go all the way down. And then also it's quite handy, you've got one end that's not gluey to pick it up on. So I'm going to come down a bit further, like I said, and just pop that on there. I want to see the little stitching. That looks cute. I'm going to trim off, yeah, I'm going to trim off these bits that are kind of hanging over the edge of this white piece. Only because when I come to put the grass on, I need to put that at a bit of an angle as well. So I kind of, you know, I don't want things poking out underneath the grass really. So I'm going to stick the grass sort of following the fence line a bit. So I still want to see this little bit of stitching down here. So I'm going to pop that on, and I've just put some glue in these little spaces along the bottom that I know are going to be stuck down. So this stamp set is in the Spring Summer mini catalogue. So it's a really good one to get if you haven't already got it in your stash. I overlooked it for a long time, and then I started seeing all these amazing cards coming out, and I just thought, no, I have to have it. So I was a bit late to the party, but it's still available obviously, and a great one to have as a card that's for anyone really. Okay, just going to put some dimensionals on the back of my card. Need another set. Actually, I'll just chop some here. I like to use up these bits here. So I normally put one in each corner and then one in the middle. And we're going to pop that on here, up there. Where are we up to? Let's see. We need to add our sentiment. So I've actually got that from, it's a different stamp set. It's the one with the palm trees. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but I wanted something quite small to fit in there. And it's just the happy birthday, and I'm going to stamp that in early espresso ink. It's quite hard to see where you're going on here because it just about fits on. And then I've edged that in Pool Party. I'm just going to quickly go around. You would try not to stamp that maybe quite so close to the edge as I did. I just didn't want to get my head in the middle of the camera. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to offset those two like that with a dimensional in the middle. So let me find, I think I had another spare piece here. Pop that on here. And then with this thread, I just want to loop it around a little bit, and this is optional, but basically you need about sort of 6-7 inches maybe just trying to spot some glue dots on my desk. Okay, so you need to pop a glue dot roughly on the edge of where you want, just underneath where this is going to go. Pop an end on, and then you're just going to loop it round and come back to that glue dot. It will fight you a little bit as to which direction it wants to go, but just try and, you know, show it who's boss. There we go, let's try those. And then cut that little extra piece off, I gave myself too much. And then, did I put that one on with a dimensional as well? Let's go for it. Oops, it's come away already. It's not playing ball. Okay. Now I need to retrim it. Once we've got this on there, it should stay in place. So again, just going to take another dimensional, pop it over the edges of that, and then finally we're just going to add some of those really cute pebbles. I've got some here that I've already started, and there are 3 different colours and 3 different shapes, so I'm just going to select different ones here. Let's put one of those, a smaller one. Oh no, let's go for the long one of the dark colour. And then one of these lovely little brown ones here. How cute is that? So there we have it, my Oceanfront layering birthday card. I hope you enjoy making it. Take care. See you soon. Bye.